There are a couple of differences between Benin and Togo. Um, with regards to voodoo, the voodoo practitioners are a little bit more open in Benin. They're a little bit they I don't want to say they boast about it, but they're more confident about it. It's a little bit more of a, if you do it, you don't really talk about it if you're in Togo, at least from my experiences. So other differences include the food just being cheaper in Togo. Because everybody was poor, you could usually get things for less, which would always make it a shock for missionaries who started in Togo and then went to Benin. They all of a sudden, everything is more expensive! But if you were coming from Benin to Togo, it worked out really well. Other things, the languages were different. Obviously everybody spoke French, but, well, not everyone, but we still spoke in French. But the tribal languages were different, and because Togo was less developed, there was some lower education levels. Small children were less likely to know French, older people as well. And there was generally, I felt like there was a bit more of a struggle in reading. But, I mean, there were still plenty of brilliant people in Togo as well. I do feel like I met some people on my mission who were smarter than me. And that was probably a bit of a humbling moment, that I've had all these opportunities to have excellent education, and yet these people are still probably smarter than me. And so that was good. Because Togo's less developed, there aren't as many buildings, or tall buildings, in Lome. There's generally not as, it doesn't feel quite as developed. It feels more like just, I would say, one giant suburb rather than a city with suburbs. Yeah, but that was my experience, but I didn't explore the city very much, so maybe other missionaries in the future will say otherwise.